Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is February the 10th, 2021. Strong hand, long-term thinking. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. Be a unique beast. Fitting in is overrated. One day closer to $1 trillion market cap. That's very true. Golden age of the 2020s. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. Are you in motion? I'm in motion. 5-digit realm, and I am offended by selling. Compete, don't complain. We will talk about that. Don't pedestal people. We'll talk about that. Hello, my elite friends. Do you have questions? I'll answer your questions. Type in BitcoinMeister. Do a super chat. It's always fun here. And follow me on Twitter, TECHBALT. That is TechBalt, my name on Twitter, of course. Check out Monday's show. Andy Hoffman was on. That was a great time. And there's another show down there that's a repeat with Ken Bozak. It finally made it here to the main channel. And the ending is, of course, legendarily hilarious. But yeah, this game is not rigged. Bitcoin, the game is not rigged. We experienced the Tesla Bitcoin all-time high on Monday. That was fun. It was expected. Andy Hoffman was on the show, and we talked about it briefly on Monday. And 22 Bitcoin make you a millionaire? Is that what's going on right now, thanks to Elon Musk? So it was just a matter of time before a company like Tesla made that announcement. There's people were associating Elon with Dogecoin, and there's a big difference, all you Dogecoiners out there making a lot of noise, between a company buying $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin and a very wealthy man buying Dogecoin as a toy for his baby son. And if you don't get the difference, have fun staying poor. Pound that like button. So it's we're one day closer to $50,000, obviously. It's a psychological barrier. This is all expected. Bitcoin always returns to its all-time high. There were people who were down because it had been 28 days since Bitcoin hit an all-time high. Dudes, live through 3 years of it. Come on, you weak hands. All right. But it was obviously a fun time on Monday. And now I guess people are sad because it's not at $50,000. It's not. What did it get up to? 49 or something like that? 46th president you guys know about? I know about $46,000 Bitcoin. Pound that like button. Now, and someone sent me Dash at the end of 2020 that I just noticed. And also someone sent me Ethereum Classic. Those addresses are listed below. And I just thank those people. I didn't notice it. I don't check how much I have of those things in the donation area. But thank you for the support. Thank you, everyone, for any support that you send the show. It's very nice. But this happened in December, and I'm just noticing it in February. And but thank you, anonymous people who did that. And what else do we have here? Should I talk about the? No, we're not going to talk about that. Happyflation. Let's talk about. I mentioned a few times in the past that eventually, when we have inflation, it will be painted as happyflation. The media will say, "Oh, this is a good thing. It's empowering the people. I mean, it's social justice." Well, we're getting. Nick Carter has a tweet, and I will link to everything below. Eventually, some of it's already linked to below. YouTube has been erasing some of my links. There's some glitch. Like, I have to repost them sometimes. So if I say the links are there, then they're not there. Come back later. They'll be there again. It's weird. It's funny. Google is the most technologically advanced company on earth. And the YouTube interface has just gotten worse and worse over the years. They can do that if they want to. But Nick Carter says, anyone notice the general tone subtly shifting from "don't be silly, we're not getting inflation" to "not only is inflation inevitable, but it's also desirable and good for society"? He says, "Is it just me that's noticing that?" No, I mean, it's happyflation. We're one step closer to happyflation there, Nick. Learn about it, baby. Nick's been on the show before when he was really young back then, 2017. Okay, we're going to get into a comment from the notes section. I read the comments, dudes. Oh, Planet Musk is in the house. Who's panic selling? Some people are, dude. 123 NoScript said, how many wire transfers do you think people sent to exchanges on Monday because of the Tesla announcement? There are probably hundreds of millions of in transit waiting to clear to buy. Yeah, it's unfortunately people weren't already prepared and set up to buy. Now it's FOMO now. Oh, Tesla's buying. Better fit. Yeah, there are people on a number of people on Twitter have sent me messages like, "How do I buy Bitcoin?" You should have been set up for that beforehand, dude. So clearly, you're right on the wire transfer thing. By the way, Monday's show is linked to. I put that in the live chat for those of you watching live. I'm in beautiful Miami, Florida. I will be here until the 24th of March. And Rob Knight left the comment, Ethereum about to break through and exceed the price of gold. And I replied, nice observation. I remember when Bitcoin first did this in 2017. Sweet memories. The space has grown a lot. It really has. So now at one point, an Ethereum, an Ether, was worth more than an ounce of gold. That's how far cryptocurrency has progressed. And it's been a fun ride. And Ethereum hit the $200 billion market cap recently also. So yeah, Ethereum's the next Ethereum. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. And that is all you really need to know. But the space is getting so big that the number 2 cryptocurrency it has some impressive numbers right there. It's not going away. People call it a scam. It's not a scam. All right. But hey, you can call it whatever you want to. Zaza said, a full year of UBI won't even get you a full Bitcoin, but will surely make prices rise. This is a very good point. Let's say a full year of UBI will be $2,000 a month. That's $24,000. That sounded like a lot of money at one point. That wasn't even, I mean, it's more than half a Bitcoin now, but it wasn't half a Bitcoin like a few hours ago, right? I mean, this is ridiculous. And yeah, it's going to cause that happyflation. So it's funny. You really, if you believe UBI is coming and you're happy about getting $24,000 a year, maybe you should just prepare now, use that 20 price. All right. If that really, I don't think like that 24 next year. But if you think that, and I'm just putting it out there, a full year of UBI as $1,000 a month, $12,000 isn't going to get you a full Bitcoin either. But that surely will make prices rise also. This week of Bitcoin will be at noon this Friday. And last Friday, we had Daniel Prince on and David and John, Dave Bennett. And it's linked to below. Fun times. I'm going to link to, someone made a clip of Daniel Prince. Well, I'll talk about it in a second. So I talked about pedestaling people. And I see, hang on a second, Robin Robert. Oh, dude, great. Thank you for the 549 euros. He says, hello, Adam. Please congratulate my friend Sasha. He got his first Bitcoin today. Oh, dude, that's awesome. And left Normie Land. Strong hand. Let's be a unique beast. Well, dude, Robin Robert, you are a unique beast. And your buddy Sasha is a freaking unique beast because he has one whole Bitcoin. All right, there's few people that can make that aim. And you've talked about your friend before aiming to get one Bitcoin. And they did it. He did it. And it's great when you accomplish something like that. I'm very proud because this is the one Bitcoin show, and that should be your first. That should be your first goal. But keep on buying over crying, dude. So Robert, thank you. And every time I see your name, I think of Robin Roberts, who pitched for the Philadelphia Phillies. My father used to tell me, and then he pitched for the Orioles when he was older. All right, and as my father would, a blessed memory, my father would tell me about that as a youngster. All right, okay. And Roman Q said, BitcoinMeister, I work full time in finance and have 2 startups on the side. Dude, you're in motion. But today I accepted a new side job as a fractional CFO. I need to earn more fiat. While sats are cheap. Dude, you've got a great way of looking at things, dude. Of course sats are cheap. Because if you're watching this in 2025, you're like, oh my God, Bitcoin was only $44,000 back then. Oh my Lord. Hey, Grant Savant in the house. You guys remember him? He's the dude that helps. He has a company that I had him interviewed. It helps you recover your stolen Bitcoin and Ethereum. So it's great to see him in the chat. And he says, tell him you can't do that and run one startup, let alone 2. Dude, he does. Grant is joking because he actually, I'll call him GB Savant. He runs 2 startups, or he has. You've run quite a few startups, Mr. Savant. And Coin Firm, of course, is the name of that company. Coin Firm. And he said Lenny Dykstra. Of course, Lenny Dykstra was also a Philadelphia Philly. I believe, and he was a New York Met, and he got into a lot of trouble, and he took steroids, I believe, at one point. All right. Now, so Robin Roberts was, from what I've heard, was quite a much more respectful individual than Lenny Dykstra. I will say we used to make, my buddies and I used to make jokes about the name of Lenny Dykstra. I'll let you use your imagination. And yeah, don't be a fool and think that high school, now that high school kids that used to joke about Lenny Dykstra's name, now that we're grown-ups, so many of them try to pretend like, oh, it's so evil, it's so horrible, it's so political. I would never talk about such things and poke fun at his name. No. When you're in high school, you say all sorts of things about the opposite sex, and don't let the woke mob be boys, and they can get pretty graphic about the opposite sex stuff. So let's move on to someone who's quite woke, apparently, and it's Andreas Antonopoulos, and he is entitled to have his woke opinion, and maybe he never said anything controversial about ladies or illnesses or anything like that. And okay, and in the Bitcoin space, you can be compliant if you want to. You can be compliant, and you can't get kicked out or anything. And you have every right to be a bootlicker if you want to. I mean, you have every right. No one can stop you. And I'm not trying to stop Andreas, but I want to point something out. He's a genius. He is a technical genius. But technical genius can be wrong about things in the broader world, in the greater world, okay? And I know a lot of people don't like Roger Ver out there. And when Roger Ver tweets something about current events, there are all these people that like to pile on him. Well, on the current event that dominates the headlines today, Roger Ver is right and Andreas is wrong. And that's just life. And you should, if you're in the Bitcoin overlay, you should be able to say that you don't have to fit in and pedestal, someone who's heroic, has been characterized as heroic, Andreas, and someone who's been characterized as a villain. So what am I talking about? Tone actually retweeted this, and Tone commented that he'll go anywhere in the world if he doesn't have to take the test. And I agree on that too. I would love to travel anywhere in the world, but I'm not locking myself up for 2 weeks because this is nonsense. All this the panic prison people put themselves in. But if Andreas wants to do that, you can do that. This is what he said: companies inviting me to attend in-person events organized during a global pandemic, I'm not going to say the word, you are grossly irresponsible. And not only will I not attend your event, I will never work with you. I don't work with people who would KILL others through negligence. WTF is wrong with you? Come on, man. Are you a screaming Karen now? But if you want to be a scream, that's fine. That's fine. He's hype. If he doesn't want, if he thinks that going to an in-person event is going to lead to someone passing away or many people, okay, fine, you can believe that. I loved being in Miami. You know, speaking of tone, I was in an in-person event. No one was wearing garbage. Hardly anyone was wearing garbage on their face. We were hugging each other, and it was great. I mean, here in Miami, they don't have that attitude. So you can have that attitude. He's welcome that. But it's amazing in this space where everybody talks about freedom. You think that the prominent people are going to be about freedom and you know, not being scared. And some aren't. Some fall for it. You can be like whatever IQ he has, you know, 160, 180. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's high as 180. But, I mean, that's just ridiculously high. But whatever. You can get scared, even when you're smart. And, you know, Roger Ver is not as smart as Andreas. Roger Ver is right. He's not scared of this stuff, okay? So, you know, even altcoiners, and don't like villain. If someone did something wrong in the crypto space, they can be right in other aspects of life, and they can also be wrong. All right, so I just wanted to throw that out there. If no one had seen that yet, I don't think I put that in the links yet, but just go to Tone's feed, and you'll see. And it's no shot. Andreas tries to just put it out there. You know, people ask me, why don't you have Andreas on the show? Okay, so what do we yeah, he just wants and I remember it's kind of funny. Roger said, you know, he said something bad about Andreas once, and all these people, I mean, Andreas was able to raise like 200 Bitcoin because of that. I mean, look who you're giving your Bitcoin to. Just for all the people, and apparently it was mostly from one source. But there were plenty of people back then, you know, that thought, you know, this. He readily admits, Andreas. You know, this is another topic. This is a serious topic too. He just spends his Bitcoin. He lives off of Bitcoin. Yeah, he lives off of Bitcoin, Andreas, and so he spends Bitcoin. A lot of people want to get. At one point, a lot of people wanted to give him Bitcoin to resupply him. I mean, you're not a buy and hold fan, I guess. I mean, I believe I would not give my if I'm a buy and holder, I wouldn't give my Bitcoin away to spenders. I mean, you can do that if you want to, especially spenders who you know, try to vilify people trying to be normal and have like in-person events. All right, but you know, people can shame as much as they want to shame. There's all sorts of drama in this space. There's a bikini babe who's angry also about something that they wrote about her wearing a bikini and called it lingerie or so. I don't know. Alistair Lee was like white knighting for her or something. I was just like, I can't get into this stuff. She's pretty. Okay. All right. Let's move on. All right, the Dogecoin tribe. I talked about, you know, we're living in this amazing time where you can have financial tribes, and I hope that I got a little cut off for a second there. I hope the Andreas stuff didn't get cut off, and it doesn't make any sense. I have to look here at my timer to see if I'm getting cut off by YouTube. This happened a lot the other day, and it just happened. I really hope everyone got everything they needed to from that Andreas stuff. Don't pedestal people. And all right, yeah, my it keeps on saying my it's unstable connection. I don't know. It's the time of day you do it in Miami sometimes. Now, yeah, there's, by the way, in the comment section, there's a fake BitcoinMeister sometimes, guys. Be careful. I mean, again, YouTube, Google, so technologically advanced, they can't get rid of the people using your screen name or a little version of it. You can't get rid of that in your comments easily. It takes some work. So please ignore that. But the Dogecoin tribe in this era where you can build tribes, we have tribes around religion, tribes around politics, we have tribes around money now. I'll say this. They're probably made up of, they weren't around in 2017. They were probably 14 years old in 2017. I mean, some of these people, but they are passionate about their Dogecoin, okay? You give them that. They are blindly passionate, and they really get how it's a joke to Elon Musk. And they don't get the difference between corporations buying it for their treasuries and a guy tweeting about it for his son as a toy. And there's just, I linked to my latest TikTok where I'm reaching out to the Dogecoins on TikTok. These people are so far removed from financial reality. It's shocking. And I know I mentioned this on those shows before, but you really have to know the 80%er side of things. And just a reminder, that people will buy the Happyflation line. They'll buy anything that this person will tell them. And they'll keep on believing, for all you that think the dollar is going to disappear. You see some of the commentary, some of the quote-unquote logic that's being used, why Dogecoin's so great. Apex predator is not a dog. Pound that like button. Yeah. So with 22 Bitcoin, how many Bitcoin make a millionaire? So link 2 below, definitely. I redid that clip of me from September 19th of 2014, where I say, buy $10,000 worth of Bitcoin now. It was 23.8 Bitcoin at the time. If you would have done that, you'd be a millionaire now. It's unbelievable. So people have been retweeting that. Retweet it. It's fun. There are all these people like, oh, I wish I would have known about you then. Yeah, I guess you would have. But I mean, you were watching Bikini Babe and who knows else. The spenders. You were listening to the people that were saying it's good to spend your Bitcoin on some coffee. Someone says, what issue with Andreas? What happened? I mean, I just talk about it. I hope that didn't get cut off. He thinks it's pretty bad to be invited to conferences now. He thinks invite you to conferences are very, very irresponsible. You can't get on with go on with your normal life. Don't get on with your normal life. No. If you're a perfectly young, healthy person, you should be scared. Saying it for a year now. For a year. It's very simple. It's very simple. It's very simple. If you're young and healthy, go live your freaking lives, dudes. All right. And that's what I've been doing for the last year. Been traveling around. I've loved to be on planes. I mean, the discounts, airfare has been down so much. It's been such a pleasure. Airbnb's price down so much. Such a pleasure. Such a pleasure to be in the free city of Miami, perhaps the financial capital of the United States very soon if New York doesn't get its act back together, which at the rate it's going, yeah. All right. And so also, I got to say, I was going through my own archives. I'm going to tweet out this photo April of 2015. And it's just amazing. What will $220 get you now? It won't even get you a 0.5% of a Bitcoin, right? What? $445. And so 0.5% of Bitcoin is $220. It's amazing. This is, yeah. So now it's amazing. I got two for $220 back then, and that was not long ago, April 2015. I told you, dudes. So going back to the Dogecoin here, the real VJ sums it up nicely. Dogecoin is a dead project. There has been almost no development activity for years. See charts. Buying two from the early 90s. This is very true. Good luck with that, he says. And CoinMarketCap says that now I hope when I have this in Bitcoin on Friday, these technical issues are fixed. My God. But CoinMarketCap, they had a joke and had Wall Street bets on top of their listing, and now the joke is they have Tesla. That's a better joke. I have a friend out there who it took. Yeah, I have a friend out there who it took him about 24 hours to understand that Bitcoin had hit $48,000, and I hope he's not this trial that's going on. I'm sure some of you have heard of the trial, and I hope you're here. It keeps on saying it's unstable connection. I want to know from the live guys. Do I? Okay, yeah, the stream is very bad. The people who are watching this tape though aren't going to get the aren't going to get this distraction. All right, I'm reading if there are any other comments out there. But yeah, it's amazing. Mainstream media is tossing into people's faces. They have mentioned the all-time high, but they're much more so talking about this trial, and it's so useless. The knowledge about this trial, it's such a distraction, and it's a shame that people know more about the trial than they do about Bitcoin hitting an all-time high on Monday. They know more about this week. They will remember from the trial instead of remembering it for Bitcoin hitting its beautiful Tesla all-time high. Okay, let's keep on going here. I can persevere through the technical difficulties. We still got plenty of people in there. You can still ask your questions, and yet it is better for the people watching this tape, definitely. And okay, so we talked about my retweet what I have below. From September the 19th, 2014, baby. And also Craig Shipp, the great Craig Shipp, always mentions how I said to buy 21 Bitcoin, and that was a good goal to have. And for a few minutes on Monday, or more than that, 21 Bitcoin would make you a millionaire. And we had an over $8,000 daily candle on Monday. That was predictable that would one day happen. We'll have a 10,000 one day. I've always talked we'll have days where it'll go up by 10,000 and it'll go down by 10,000. We had our first, that was the biggest daily candle ever. It was over $8,000. So we're living through exciting times, you fiat freaks. Are we going to have another hour, another all-time high? Not today, but we'll have days like that. Imagine knowing you sold your Bitcoin to Tesla. That was an Alistair Milne tweet. Yes, imagine knowing that. And Elon, clearly, I think he wants to be a trillionaire also. He's already the richest man in the world, but he's putting himself in a position to compete with the Winklevi and whoever else wants to be a trillionaire. Who wants to be a trillionaire? Hey, don't be envious of them. If they're going to be a trillionaire, you could be a millionaire still. This wealth inequality stuff, total noise nonsense, as I've said before. And again, there's a big difference between a guy talking about Doge and a company buying billions of dollars of Bitcoin. And I don't know if there's some people that can't grasp that concept. And someone who did grasp the concept was Andy Hoffman. He said, but before Elon Musk made the announcement, he said Elon Musk sent his director of treasury to Michael Saylor's Bitcoin conference. Join the dots. So Andy Hoffman was real good on that one. Real good on that one, making that prediction. And another thing that I like about Andy Hoffman here, another great statement. As I said, 10K season has just started. Actually, Tesla was uncommonly quick. There will be many more such Bitcoin disclosures in the next 6 weeks. That's a disclosure that a 10K disclosure that public companies have to make. And he foresees there are going to be a bunch of companies that we're going to find out that did this. So I think that's a good prediction also. He says around February 20th, they're going to start coming out. This was someone else said. Around February 20th, the first 10Ks annual financial reports of U.S. public companies will be published with an ultimate deadline of March 31st. How many will disclose initial Bitcoin holdings? Okay, yes. Who will they be? Great question. And Alistair Melanie, going back to Doge again, Doge is an intelligence test. If you think it is an investment and not a short-term trade, you have failed it. Yeah, I mean, people don't get that in this space we have all sorts of pump and dumps. He said, I watched Dogecoin exceed $2 billion market cap in early 2018. Nothing surprises me about what crap people will trade and speculate on anymore. And I ask everyone out there, do you remember BitConnect? If you don't, then you probably think Doge is sustainable. All right, pound that like button. And yes, people are talking about that Twitter might want to buy Bitcoin. It's not a shock. All right. If Tesla bought Bitcoin, yeah, of course, Twitter might want to buy it. Here is a Newsweek headline from December 11, 2017. For all you people who get freaked out by FUD, BTC mining on track to consume all the world's energy by 2020. So, I mean, do you guys believe the fake news like that? Do you still believe those mainstream sources? This was a legitimate headline. Does Newsweek correct themselves? No, they just keep on going, making clickbait headlines like this. Bitcoin mining on track to consume all the world's energy by 2020. Did Bitcoin consume all the world's energy last year? Did it? Is that even like, and people love this energy FUD stuff to this very day, to this very freaking day. All right. And okay, remember, type in Bitcoin. I know people are chatting there and doing their thing. Very good. If you got a question though, you got to do a super chat or do BitcoinMeister over there. And I hope Robert, I hope me praising your buddy, your glorious buddy with his strong hands, Sasha, didn't get cut off earlier. Oh God, I don't even know what got cut off and what didn't. All right. You're so funny, YouTube, in your ways. All right, credibility factor. This is something that I've talked about before. If you've got if the main guy behind your coin, like BSV, is a sociopath, you don't have a credibility factor. And what I mean by that is institutions will never buy something that's a joke, that has a leader that is a complete liar. All right, it's just like, that's not happening. And you can have your pumps as much as you want to, but you'll never be able, your altcoin will never be able to get that credibility factor, will never have that investment, will never be sustainable in any way. Okay. And Dogecoin is a joke. It was founded as a meme coin. It lacks the credibility factor totally. Just like BSV. It has that in common with BSV. If you don't understand what the credibility factor is. Bitcoin, Ethereum, credibility factor. Learn the difference. And here's a job posting from Arjun, who said, and it's linked to below already. I do know that. And also, going back to the Newsweek thing, the FUD is so cyclical, guys. If you haven't gotten it yet, the energy FUD, it's back. We had it in 2017. We had it in 2013. It keeps coming back. It will never go away. And just don't be freaked out by it. But Arjun says, I'm biased, but if you want to work in the next big thing in crypto, there's no place better than Paradigm Network. We have open roles spanning engineering, product, marketing, operations, enterprise sales, and more. And he says, apply here or DM. All right, dudes, it's the golden age. I just want to put it out there. The digital loonie might be coming soon. Cointelegraph says that the virus has pushed the Bank of Canada toward digital loonie. Okay, it's an excuse. It's an excuse. The Canadian Central Bank would be a better steward of financial data than private stablecoin issuers, according to one deputy governor. Yeah, right. People, any Fed coin is going to be monitoring you like anything. But people will opt into it. They will believe anything. I want to say one thing, though. There are people who are conflating Bitcoin and the future Fed coins that are going to come out. And these people in the comment sections of various videos are the biggest no-coiners in the world. They're like, Bitcoin is just getting you ready for digital currencies, for countrywide digital currencies that will monitor you. No, it's not. It's trying to get you away from Bitcoin. So there's just the weirdest conspiracy theories around Bitcoin and these digital currencies. These Fed coins are going to be very convenient for people. They're going to be able to turn you off, and that's not good. All right, but Bitcoin is unconfiscatable. They're going to be confiscatable. They're going to be censorable. Bitcoin is the opposite of that: unconfiscatable, uncensorable. So no, Bitcoin isn't there's no master plan to pump the price of Bitcoin so people fall in love with it, and then they opt into the digital loonie and opt into Fed coin. But there are people out there that really think that. They are the biggest whack job, no-coiner, conspiracy theorists, doomers that are out there. And they've been making up excuses for so long, for longer than you guys have been in there. And it just doesn't stop in these comment sections. It's so, it's pathetic. It's pathetic, these people that live in doom and come up with these conspiracy theories. And yeah, they might be right on certain things, like you shouldn't trust the government. But it's shameful. It is shameful, the conspiracy theories that these people come up with. It really is. And they need to be called out. And I know a lot of you love conspiracy theories. If you're entertained by them as just, comedy, fine. But so many of them are just based on extreme paranoia and, frankly, ignorance. And that they have to blame people. They can't compete. All they do is complain. That is all. I so dislike scapegoating. And it's so, in this golden age, how can you still be a scapegoater? How can you still be a scapegoater in this golden age? Why can't you just be productive and love the abundance, get that abundance mindset? So I know that quite often, so many of you try to bring up these various conspiracy theories, and just, I've got to make it clear as day. Don't. All right, now, but again, still, the federal digital currencies are not good things, but Bitcoin is a good thing. Now, and I want to quickly go back to intelligence. We talk about Andreas being a very smart guy. Intelligence is also in the purely financial realm, and it's so amazing, the people who think there's, again, big financial conspiracies on Wall Street. They cheat, they do this, they do that, and we're going to beat them through Wall Street bets. The dudes over there, they quickly adapt to these movements, okay? And they destroy them, all right? So many hedge funds made money off of the Wall Street bet stuff. So don't underestimate the smart guys at the hedge funds. Don't try to do these little funny things with them that are cute and trendy. And I've been saying this since the beginning. They would win, people would get wrecked, and it has happened. And GameStop was nonsense. And they never underestimate them. They didn't just get their jobs because they have connections or some conspiracy. They are very smart people, okay? And it's real. Wall Street is real. You might not like the rules of the game over there, and I don't like it. So that's why you're in Bitcoin, okay? But you don't try to mess with them on their turf, okay? You might get a little victory here, but at the end of the day, they're going to smash you, man. And they smash quite a few people. Don't wait to buy Bitcoin. Buy Bitcoin and wait. I like that. Ryan Babel sent that. A friend who sent me, I've been meaning to send this for a while, share this for a while. It's a Malaysian bank said, I would like to share the latest article, The Case Against Investing in Bitcoin, okay, from the Wall Street Journal, which explains some of the best arguments for and against investing in Bitcoin. A Malaysian bank sent that out, all right? So they're telling their people about Bitcoin. Very interesting. I thought that was they're not saying not to do it. They're giving them the case for pro and con. That's something you won't hear. That's some unique news right there. So thank you, person in Malaysia or who has connections to Malaysia, for telling me that. Finally, I'm going to check. I'm going to link to Kenny Loggins' Footloose. And yeah, that was a great song. And I heard it the other day, and he made lots of songs for movies. Oh man, we got questions here though. So you can Google that before do you think Roger Ver will convince some major investors or companies to buy Bcash instead of Bitcoin? Cass, you've asked that question before, and I've answered it before. And it's not going to make a big difference. He'll be able to I think I've answered it before. I mean, I've answered versions of it before. Okay. But thank you for the question again. He'll convince some people to buy it. It won't make that big of a difference. It doesn't matter. He's free to do that. It's nothing to worry about. But yeah, I think he's a great marketer. So yeah, someone. So I thought I've kind of revised one thing. I thought he'd be able to do a major pump of Bcash eventually through something like that. I don't think he'll be able to do a major pump of it. But he will be able. He'll definitely be able to convince some company to use it as its currency or something. I don't know. Love from Germany, said JF4018. Well, I hope you're having fun over there in Germany. Okay, and Invention is making some jokes about WebBot. That was some fun back in the day. And I don't want to waste Invention's time for him to read. He's got better things to worry about than this Bikini Babe thing. This drama that's going. It's amazing how some influencers quote. I hate that word, influencers. They create drama around nonsense. I mean, Bitcoin doesn't care if you wear a bikini or not. But some of them people love to bring drama into the space. And I was going to tell Benson to give his opinion on the whole thing. But dude, you've got so many better things to worry about than some Bikini Babe causing drama. So I'm sorry I brought it up to you even. All right, buddy, pound that. Yeah, influencer is a dumb word. It is I think it's a horrible, horrible word. And I shouldn't have used it, but that's the wordage that. And that's the thing, and that's what I wanted to link to, that the great Daniel Prince mentioned, and I'm going to link to, that there's a big difference between people who try to be influencers and people who try to be educators. That is linked to below, and Daniel put it so nicely on This Week in Bitcoin, which was on Friday, and oh my God, the lockdown was extended in Germany today. That is horrible. It's of all places, is it the most shameful that the German people are willing to, and they're not, they're people protesting that the German government tries to create this type of restrictive fascist environment. Of all the countries that tries fascism again, I mean, they should be the ones that aren't. I mean, they experienced the worst of fascism in the history of mankind. All right, pound that like button. I'm Adam Meister, the BitcoinMeister, Disrupt Meister. I think there was something else I wanted to say, but now I can't remember. See you guys. Thanks.